Good evening, everybody. Today we are going to learn about binomial nomenclature. So, what is binomial nomenclature? So, it's a formal naming system which is composed of two parts, both of which use Latin grammatical forms, and it is developed by Carl Linnaeus in 18th century. So, what's the purpose of the binomial nomenclature? It provides universal language for scientists across the world to avoid confusion. So, as you can see, this is the Linnaeus nomenclature system. So, structure of binomial names. Structure you can see as it starts with the genus name, which is capitalized and italicized. For example, Homo, and it ends with the species name, lowercase and italicized. Example, sapiens. So when this is only applicable when you are writing in a system or you are taking a print format. So when you have to write in a handwritten in your notes or in exams, such as you can underline the names like genus separate, species separate. It must be underlined. So the rules: names must be unique for each species, and it is Latin or Latinized must be used. Follow International Code of Nomenclature. So you may ask, what is the International Code of Nomenclature? So it's just a basic. It established a set of rules and guidelines for naming. Next, importance and examples. Standardized naming across different languages and regions. So it basically standardized everything. So in India we can speak Hindi and other languages. So it doesn't matter. So so this naming system is basically same for every regions and languages. Helps avoid redundancy and confusion in scientific community. So it avoids confusion for scientists, aids in classification and study of biodiversity. Example, Panthera reo, Escherichia coli, Canis lupus. It's a grey wolf, and Panthera leo, as you know, it's a lion, and Escherichia coli is a common bacteria. So, thank you. That's it.